Welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is Damilola Bolaole and I have my co-host with me. Okay, so with us here we have a special guest, a very, very beautiful and handsome sister. Let me put it that way. She's our sister called for LCC.
Yes, that's Lasso Christian Community.
Yeah.
And she's really a very loving sister.
Wow.
She shows care, and not just in our world, not just to people that she loves, but people all around her. And we have really seen her walk in love, and we have really seen her act love and sacrifice a whole lot for the body of Christ.
You know something. I think for a sister to monitor a lot of sisters, it's going to take an effort,
yes, and
hard work, yes, to control a lot of sisters on that. So we want to hear from her. We want to know how she was able, during her tenure, to manage a lot of sisters from different fellowships and from different sisters' corps. So let us help me to welcome Sister Phebe Oluwatoyosi.
Wow.
Thank you.
We love you.
Thank you so much for having me. I feel so honored, and thank you for the privilege. And I trust that God will speak to every one of us as
Amen.
You're welcome, ma'am. Actually, we have seen you, and in the fellowship, I've seen you sacrifice a whole lot of things, and you have shown love that even when many things ought to make you flare up and act the other way around, you've never done that. Can you tell us the reason why you could have acted that way, still, even with the pressure all around you?
First of all, we must understand that we are dealing with humans, and everybody has different way of reacting to things. So the fact that a sister just says something out of the blue and it's not resonating with you does not mean that sister is evil or she's not good. You need to just sit down and think, why would this sister react like this, right? So what happened that time is that I may not react, number one, because I may feel that sister is under pressure, and me myself, I'm under pressure. So if we both be under pressure, then it will not speak well of who we are. And Christ would have preferred to be quiet when it comes to a situation like that, so that we'll be able to handle such situation and be at peace. Because the scripture said, as much as light in you, as much as it be possible, live peaceably with all men. So if you have that capacity to be at peace at that time, just do it.
Wow. I'm ready to a point. I want to ask you, what do you know about God's kind of love? What's your own idea about God's kind of love? Because some people believe that God's love is just shown to only believers. Is that your own belief as well?
Well, God loves everybody. That's why we're still here on earth. For the fact that we're still here, for the fact that we can still breathe, God loves us. And He still wants us to fulfill that which He has asked us to, do here on earth. Well, I would say the love of God is not limited to only believers, because the scripture says that while we were yet sinners, Christ died. So it was, even with the fact that we're still sinners, Jesus Christ went to the cross on our behalf so that we might be saved and redeemed back to the Father. So the love of God is unconditional. It's not limited to only the Christians or believers, people that are giving their life to Jesus Christ and they are living a holy and a righteous life. No, it is spread across to everybody. God loves us unconditionally. That is Hesed, right?
Yeah.
So when you are trying to say that there is no string attached to this kind of love. So you don't have to be beautiful for God to love you. You don't have to be very hardworking for God to love you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, ma, I have a question on my part. I'd like to ask you, how should we love? Many people, especially sisters and sisters coordinator, they tend to believe the only love that we can love towards ourselves is this romantic type kind of love. I think that's why many sisters tend to not to love their fellow sisters the way they love some brothers when they meet them. So how should we love as sisters, as brothers? How should we love each other?
Okay. I would say that we should love like Christ, because Jesus Christ is our perfect example. And as long as we are in this world, we are not of this world. So we are looking at He who has called us, and it's Jesus that has called us. So if Jesus is loving unconditionally, we should look beyond who this person is. Because if you say you want to, there's I won't lie to you, there will be difference between your husband and your friend. The love you will share in intimate level will be different. But when it comes to loving others, you must love like Jesus. If you feel that this person is going to do, this person did something that is actually bad, and probably you have a fiance, even if your fiance do the same thing, you may not talk because of the love that is there. You may not say anything, so you may be like, okay, let me just say my fiance, I don't want to fight.
Because of
Yes, there are no men outside though, and stuff like that. But the reality is that if you are loving that man like that, you should be able to extend that love to other people. Love your sister like yourself. That's a commandment Jesus gave. Love your neighbor as yourself. So what you want for yourself, imagine you don't want anybody to break your heart. So just look at your sister that way. Yes, so if your sister is doing something that is bad now and you want to correct, how would you want people to correct you? So is that way you want people to correct you in a loving way? Sometimes it's not always like that. That's why like the person will not love me, my friend don't love me, like this thing. They actually do love you, but the way they are doing it, you may not understand that the fact that they love you. You understand what I'm saying? So when we are portraying the love of Jesus Christ, when we are portraying love, we should look at how Jesus loved, and not just the way the word profess love to us.
Okay, actually, a question dropped in my heart to ask you, and that is how to show love even when you're chastising someone. You know, there are times that we want to chastise and it's our anger that is coming out, even though it is because of the love we have for this person. That's why we are correcting them. There's a way of anger, the person seeing the angry side than the loving side. So how do you think we should show love through chastisement?
Okay, you know that the Bible said that spare the rod and spoil the child. But we know that is a program for us to craft. So it's He who God loves, He used to correct. So there is correction in love that loves you, that say they love you and they don't correct you, and they are just friends with you from ages. You people don't see anything bad in you. They don't see anything that they can correct in you. The person that actually love you. So when it comes to chastising somebody, like for the person, if I get you correctly, like so that the person feel like after you correct the person, feel like you don't love you.
Yes.
Okay, when it comes to that, this is how I believe we should be able to go about it. First of all, you have to pray to God for the person to understand that you love them. That is number one. And you have to pray that God should help you to communicate in a better way. So that the person will not see it as this person hates me when the person actually hates you.
But you said pray first of all. Are you going to pray in a state of anger? Like when you are angry, just tell God, and you are angry, you are bullying. Like, what are you going to do?
That is where you are still going to.
You are still going to pray.
Yes, they are still going to pray.
Jesus is our best friend.
Yes, we are not perfect, because there are sometimes that somebody will do something to me and I'm like boiling and I'm like, Lord help me. So you still have to pray even if you are boiling in that anger, even if you are. So the best thing for you is to just release it back and say, God, help this lady, because if you don't help me at this point, I might say something or do something that might turn out to be very bad or maybe insulting. And some people, they correct somebody out of anger. They don't really mean it. You get? So if they are correcting somebody and they are angry and like, why did you do this thing? And they say something out of this thing, they don't mean it though, what they say. But the reality is that see what you said to me. But I was angry, and that is why it is that I said you should pray that Lord help me, so that you will not. I read a scripture this morning in Psalm 19. I I think verse 14, I say, let the words of my heart and let the words of heart be acceptable. So even if you are angry, be like, Lord, anything I'm still going to say, it's okay for you to be angry, you get, but anything I'm going to say, let it be that it will still please you.
Yeah, that's good. I actually love that because many people actually, when they are chastising, they go off the line, and it might reduce self-esteem. Some people will just start talking to bring down the other person, which necessarily is not good. But according to what you've taught us, which I believe our viewers should take real good note of, is that when you are angry, you pray and you allow the Spirit of God brood upon you so that you don't speak hurtful words that might bring another person down. So finally, ma, I just want you to share life experience with us on how you have shown love to people, even when they don't seem to be returning the love back to you.
Even when you are in pain, when you are depressed, they don't know your state of heart at
We just have to show that.
Okay, for example, now you don't have anything on you, then the sister just call you, sister Phebe, this, I've not eaten, my parents are not sending me money, there's nothing to do, and you know I can't ask from brothers. What do? Whereas you yourself, you are still waiting on God for your daily bread. Yeah. So what at that point, what do you do? How do you show love? And lastly, we are going to give our viewers some advice to.
Okay, you first said some show love to people and it seems they are not seeing that love. Okay, that's one position nobody wants to be. Because they are showing people love and then they don't even know you love them and you are trying your best that can't you see this thing. That one is actually an emotional one for me because I've been in that kind of situation and I'm trying to prove myself. But I realize that the more you are trying to prove yourself, the more you are not getting proved. Wow. If God is not revealing these things to these people. So even if you keep doing it, I want you to see that you love me. I want you to see that you love me. I want you to see that you love me. And it seems as if they're not even doing it. I want such persons to rest. Rest. Just rest. When I mean rest, I don't necessarily mean the person will stop showing love. But the person should not have this mindset of I'm showing you love because I want you to give me love back. We are trying all those kind of things that will end up being hurt that this person never seeing me the way I'm seeing this person. I mean to not even to spouse now because some people say okay probably they are seeing a brother and the brother is not seeing them and they're like I'm cooking for you, I'm coming to your hostel. Yes, and you are not seeing this thing. You know that kind of lady will be frustrated. So even to people around us, your friends, when it comes to a situation like that, you should just rest and quit trying with your own power. Quit trying with your own power. Yes. Let God be the one to influence the kind of action you take. So that by the time you do it, I remember Damilola, my family said something about his father. I said his father said, I'm paraphrasing now, that he did something really bad and then his father just told him I love you. So he said that word. He did not expect it. Yes, he did not expect. He said it like something that you were not expecting somebody to say. And probably his father has been proving to him all this while that I love you. He's not saying it. But that day it was backed up with the Spirit of God. That thing broke him. So if we feel like we are trying to show love to people and they are not seeing, they are not even appreciating the love, what should we do? We should just let God. Let God take, because it's God that is the author of love. God is love himself. Yes. So if we let him, it would bring us to a place that we will find out that these people that we have been trying to get, that we have been trying to get their attention, or trying to get them to love us, you just find out that they actually love you. And you said I should share experiences about
Probably when you're in lack and someone comes to you as well for need and
okay, so if I say talk about what I will do, I'll first say that love first starts from your heart. Because I might be giving you stuff does not mean I love you. My act of giving you something does not necessitate that I actually love you, or probably it's the love of God. Some persons, like some guys, will give ladies stuff because of what they want to get in return. You get? So if someone's love is limited to, okay, I'm going to give this sister something because I want this sister to know that I'm a good person, then the person does not really love that person. So I feel like all of us, we should just find time to understand what love is first from your heart. Then from your heart is what you have in your heart that will resonate. The Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, your mouth speaks. So it is even from your heart the issues of life is made established. You would begin to do things. So if someone comes to meet me now and says, Sister Phebe, I'm broke, I'm this and that, me giving you something does not necessitate that I love you. But I will do it out of sacrifice and for the love of God. Because Jesus at that point will still give, even if it's not convenient. So even if it's my last money and you come and ask me, I'll be like, okay, you know what, I cannot give you all because I need, but I can just give you parts. Like, okay, let's share it. If somebody else have, then they can add to it. So in that kind of situation, what we're supposed to do is that we should still give the little that we have. It's still a sign of love. Giving is a sign of love. Giving is a sign of love. People will think if you give me something, I actually love you, right? But it first starts from your heart. It's your heart that will make it easy. So even if you are giving and it's little, you still find it easy to freely give it out.
That's wonderful. We really love you being around. We just want you to talk to our sisters out there. Just advise them, because we have seen many sisters derail from God because of their excess love, even for relationships that is not right. So what do you have to say to our sisters out there?
Okay, like my mentor said something. God has sons. God has sons. So you cannot start getting yourself worked up on a particular guy, on a particular man, because of you are trying to find love. If you can just rest, I used to say that you just rest, God will bring him to, like, God will take you to him, or God will bring him to you. He will reveal it, yes. He will surely reveal it in due season. But the more you are trying to do it in your own power, you would not be able to access those things that God wants you to, except you wait on him, except you rest in his love.
It's nice having you around. We really love it, because it's a wonderful time hearing from you. And you, to paraphrase from things you have said, is that we should rest. We should rest. When you are showing love to someone and it seems the love is not being returned back, rest and let the love generate from the love of God in your heart. And we should rest even in our relationship with brothers around. If the brother doesn't seem to see your love, she said it already, God has sons.
Yes.
So go for God's son. So till next week, same time and on the same station, we love you and pray that this week is blessed already. Bye bye.